Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Wednesday, though it feels weird because this is my first stream of the week because Monday didn't work out. But Wednesday means Lucky Dip time. So, I've got my Lucky Dip items selected, I have them out, I am all prepared today. I'm pretty proud of myself. For anyone who doesn't know what a Lucky Dip is, at least for me, it is a random selection of 4 art tools from a spreadsheet I have that includes all kinds of stuff. Over like nearly 350 items, and more than that when you consider that many items are like a set of 2 or, you know, something like that, like a palette of paint with lots of colors. But I choose 4 using random.org, so it's completely random. The only thing is sometimes I'll get the same thing 2 weeks in a row or something, and I'm like, that's not really what I'm trying to do. Because what I'm trying to do is get use out of all of these items that I have that are not in my normal repertoire, and then also just practice using stuff I don't normally use or combinations I wouldn't think to try on my own, etc. And then also doing this on live stream, it's become at some point last year, it started to become a pose practice as well. So I've been going through my pose reference books, and this is the second one that I'm on. So it's got like a threefold purpose. I think what I described was 3 things. Anyway, the 4 items I got today. So like I said, sometimes it's a pair of items counts as 1 line on my spreadsheet. But I'll go through these in the order that I drew them. The first one was the Copic Multiliner SP in 0.3 size. I think that means milliliter, although I don't know how it's 0.3 because how is it SP? Anyway, this is the one I picked because like, I'm really confused about what I'm seeing now because this is the only SP that I had, but it doesn't say SP. It says BS for brush because it is a brush. Anyway, this is the one I'm using. Oh, Exie, hello! How are you? Are you having a great week so far? You got over the hump, Wednesday hump day, so the rest of the week is all downhill from here, right? You're already into Thursday, I betcha. Anything cool going on with you? It's so great to see you because I had to miss out on Monday because of the our cleaning team that comes every 2 weeks was really late. And so I was like, I can't stream while they're cleaning. So I rescheduled that to Thursday. Anyway. Oh, good. Exie says, yep, I'm all right. Thank you. You're welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm finally recovering from being on vacation, I feel like. Because it's so hard to go on vacation for so long and be in a completely different place, totally different schedule, and then come back and just get right back into my groove. It's been a lot harder than I thought. But this week, I'm feeling so good about it. My house is finally clean. I'm putting stuff away from the trip that, you know, like new stuff that needs a place to go and like figuring out where it goes. And so yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I was super confused about which Copic thing because I only have this one Copic Multiliner SP. I do have an 03 Copic Multiliner, but not the SP. It's like different. So anyway, I'm going to use this one. Although now I think about it, but they're both brush pens. Whatever. I'm moving on. I'm moving forward. Okay, so the next thing on the list is another brush pen. It's the Coco Ito. So Zig is the brand, and then it's so old that the name is just... It used to say Coco Ito on here, but it's just gone. But this is that cool pen that's shown up before for these, where you can pick all kinds of different cartridges, I guess you'd call them. And as you can see, this one, I think this is the original one that I got with this pen body. And it is almost gone, but it's the one that's on my list, the black extra fine brush. So I've got 2 brush pens on here the same color, so they're not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna be able to tell the difference between them, but we'll see when I do some swatches. Okay, the next thing that was drawn from my random selection is this set of Stabilo pens. This one's the Pen 68 line. And when I first received these, I got the purple and the green together. So that's why I've got purple and green today. And these, I have such nostalgia for these because when I was a kid, my dad had a, not this exact one, a different one with a finer tip. But he had a whole big, like, huge set of them. So whenever I see these Stabilo pens with the, like, the white lines along the body, you know, and it's like, it's just so nostalgic. It reminds me of doing coloring books with those set of, like, 60 pens or something when I was a kid. And speaking of nostalgia, this is an on-purpose nostalgic, it's almost like a joke. It's like a joke for, artists who also had to grow up using these pens to do their tests in, for me it was in elementary school. So in elementary school, we had to have these yellow number 2 pencils, and it was the Dixon Ticonderoga, like you had to have them to fill in the little bubble sheet, and if you didn't have these, you like couldn't take the test. So, this is like visually an exact copy, but it says Art Snacks on the back. And it's actually nice. You can see how it's that metallic green. It's so nice. And it's also a proper artist's pencil because it doesn't have the number 2. It actually has HB. I mean, maybe that's an equivalent, but it's got the art range, the art grade on there, HB, and also the eraser. So these pencils were notorious for, the eraser was like the worst eraser ever. Like you may as well not use it because it ruins the paper and it just makes a big pink and black mark across the paper. It doesn't actually like lift up the graphite off of it or anything. But this is actually an artist pencil, so it actually has a good eraser on the end. That's why I've you can see I used it, I tested it, because I'm like, oh no, is this one of those terrible erasers that ruin your paper? No, it's a good artist eraser, so this is another nostalgic item in this group for me. And then I just got this, got my favorite pencil sharpener out in case I need to use it, but this is already pretty sharp. I've used this a few times before, so I might not need to sharpen it, but we'll see. Oh, cool. Exy says, the colorful slim pens remind me of high school. So motivated to keep notes and organize them in color codes, and I was using these pens. Yes, they're so good because they come in so many colors. I know what you mean, though. It starts to get hard because I was doing the same thing both in school and like even now with my planner. I've got multiple pen colors and trying to use them to say, okay, well, artwork is red, exercise is green, or whatever in my schedule, and it just starts to be too much. So yeah, like you said, my motivation didn't last long though, but it was nice to remember. Yeah. Oh, let me look at what the name of this cute, it's cute. Rolling cow. I can't remember. These are not emoji. What are these called again? I'm hovering over the button. Emotes. One day I'll remember what they're called. Emotes, thank you. Thank you. Yep. Okay, so since I have two black and a gray, and then a couple colors, I decided to use my color notebook because I thought it would be more interesting. So what color have I not used yet and that would go good? Okay, so it looks like it's going to be between green and yellow because it seems like green and yellow are not the colors I've used so far. Alright, I put my words in the wrong order. Are the colors that I have not used so far. Maybe yellow would be nice because this is already green. It seems like it would work on here because this is like really bright pastel green, but I think I'll do yellow. Yeah. Okay. So, well, let me take a look real quick at what pose we're going to do today. Okay, so I did both of these already. So, oh yeah, these are the ones that I was, I didn't know if I wanted to do them because they're so small. I don't wanted to do the full page ones, but I don't know. I feel like I could do it. I just simplify it more because it's hard to see the details when it's that small. So I'll just make it more simple. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do every page in this, probably. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what some of the later poses are like. Okay, put my bookmark in there. And I need a clip. Just clip this down. And I'll do the bottom too, so it's even. Someday I feel like I'm going to make some special emotes. But it's such an extra project, and it's already so hard for me to keep up with all the projects I make for myself already. We'll see. I think it would be nice to at least make some basic, like, happy, sad, whatever. The most super basic emotions. I think that would be good. I even thought that I would use my... I don't talk about her very much, but I have a mascot, Studio Mikarts mascot. It's a little Shiba Inu, and it's like a black and tan, but it's actually black and red with like little red, like this color red. Yeah, but that's such an extra project, so we'll see. Okay, so the reason I wanted to open this now is that I wanted to see what direction the paper would be best. So I'm going to do it this way. I'll just sit this here. Oh, and as you can see with my whiteout tape, and I had to cross out what number, I had a lot of trouble finding an item for this last one. I drew a different number, and then I still didn't have the item. So I didn't have the first one, I didn't have the second one. So finally, I arrived on this item. I had this item. One of them was even a watercolor item, and I usually keep my watercolor stuff, but I think because they were just little tiny pans of paint, I might have given them away to someone who was, like, it might have been my sister, or just given them away to the thrift store or something, because I have so much watercolor stuff. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is swatch all these items. Oh, yeah. But isn't it good? Isn't it? I think it's so cool that it accidentally has that sort of sounds like it. The XE says, I always thought the word emoji comes from the word emotion, but I just learned it comes from Japanese e plus moji, meaning picture plus letter. Yep. Now I want to go in my Japanese dictionary. Emoji. Oops, if I could spell it. Yeah. Here's the kanji. This is just like you said. So the kanji meaning picture, drawing. Then moji is together one word. So let's see. So get the moji by itself. Oh, it's hard. I'll just go up here and do it. Search. Yeah, moji as letter of the alphabet, character, or writing. But it totally does sound like emotion. It even sounds like it could be M-O, like, because G by itself also means character, as in like a kanji character or an alphabet character. So it could even, it sounds like the start of emotion plus G. So that is a good point. It is a good point. I think that I actually just think that in my head too. Even though I've heard it before that, oh, it's emoji, picture letter, or picture character, or whatever. I love that though. I love that when that happens in language. Who knows? Maybe they had that in mind too, like they did it on purpose. Like, oh, and it could also have this meaning. It's great that you brought that up, because I also, on top of just finally getting back into my old routines, that includes studying for the JLPT, so I've been doing I did my Wani Kani kanji study today, and I studied out of my textbook. I did Duolingo, so I'm really in thinking about the Japanese language mindset. It's perfect. It's perfect for me today. Okay, so far the Ticonderoga HB pencil is nice. It's a little bit, how do I say it? It doesn't go down as smooth as other pencils I've used, but it's not like the worst ever either. And it could be this paper. Yeah. Let me try the eraser. Yeah. Just as I said, it's a good eraser, not the terrible. Like, why even bother put the eraser on the pencil when it's so bad that it's better without erasing? Those old pencils that this is mimicking were so bad that the eraser made it worse instead of better. As you can see, it made a nice, clean erasure. Like, that's super clean, actually. You can barely tell if I hold it really close, but you can barely tell that there was anything there in the first place. Okay, so that's done. Oh, I'll put Dixon. Boom. Okay, let's try this one. Pretty sure I've gotten this one relatively recently for a lucky dip, but it wasn't like last week, so I'm like, whatever, just use it. It is really super fine, so it's not easy to do a filled in thing with it, but I'm very impressed at how nice the lines are considering how old this cartridge is, and it's almost out of ink, but the lines come out nice and smooth. They're not dry or anything, or like skipping because it's getting dry. Oh wait, let me write what that was. I gotta remember to just remove this Copic Multiliner SP 03 black because I don't have the 03, obviously. Okay, I'll just put Cocoito. Now this is a bigger brush pen, so I hope that I will be able to make it look a little different. There's like a kitty hair on this, so I'm trying to get it off. Okay, I think I got it off. Oh yeah. It's much thicker. In fact, even if I want to, I can't make it as thin. At least not consistently. And this is much better for filling in. Yay! Okay, good. So the color is the same, and they're both ink, but I think I'll be able to make these have different roles in the image. Love it! Ah, yay! Okay, last thing. They've got bullet tips. Bullet tip. They are called pens. Pen 68. I would want to call them markers, but so if you hold it more upright because of the bullet tip, if you hold it more upright, you can get slightly thinner lines. And then if you hold it on its side, you can get thicker lines. What's this one? Stabilo. It's stabilo, but I always want it to be stabilio for some reason. Maybe when I was a kid, that's how I read it, with an extra I after the L. But no, it's stabilo, stabilo. Okay, if I put it too much on its side, it's kind of dry, but... Good, both of these colors look pretty good on the yellow. The purple starts to look almost black, not as black as this, but like starts to get really dark, probably because it's the opposite color. Yellow is the opposite of purple, so if you mix them together, then it makes black. So I think that's why it looks especially dark on here. Here's the little close-up of the swatches. Pretty basic stuff we got today. Nothing weird. Nothing like, oh no, what do I do with this? It's just brands that I have not used too much, mostly. Okay, I love it when I get a pencil, because then I can just do my usual thing. Sketch it with the pencil, ink it, and then I'll color it. Just keep it simple. Especially because there's only 40 minutes left, so it's not that much time. Okay, I'm just gonna do this really fluid because it really is small and hard to see, so I'm mostly going to focus on the overall shapes instead of the details trying to get proportions perfect or anything like that. Just like, what am I seeing here? It's like a little bit, and then this leg is bent here, and this one goes just really basic, really basic. And then maybe I'll add more details after I get those basic shapes on there. It's especially tough when there's two figures, because then you kind of gotta work not only the proportions of the one figure proportion to its own body parts, but then you've got to compare to each other as well. I mean, at least these two are like, they're on the same plane as far as this is concerned, so it's not like one is way out in the distance or one is really close or anything. So their overall proportion should be the same as each other. Okay, and you can't even see the sword of this guy. Okay, the head is a lot smaller on that one. Now I'm working on, so I got some overall shapes. Now I'm working on little smaller areas, more specific shapes. And this shoulder is going up a bit, like this. I always like how the hakama pants always stick out in the back. Like, it comes down the back, but then it goes boop, with a little fluff or something like. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but I always like that. Okay, I gotta take a break for a second to put some chapstick on. My lips are so dry for some reason. I guess before I do that, I'll have a drink of my soda. I made myself a grapefruit soda and I added orange and coconut syrup. And they're quite good together. It's quite a good combo. Grapefruit, coconut. Grapefruit is totally different from grapes. Grapefruit, coconut, and orange. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, there's these big lines here between the elbow and the back where it's tucked in. Where the kimono is tucked in. And then the sleeves always have these really angular shapes. Whatever kind of position. And you can see a little bit of the back and even the other arm here. So here's the neck. Okay, and then the hair's coming out. This. Yay, getting there. Okay, so the kimono on this person on the right is tucked all the way in on this side, but it comes across that thigh and then down in between. And it's pretty tight. Looks pretty tight for the pose that's being done. And this corner is way lower than the opposing corner, even though it's all the same piece of fabric wrapped around. And there's some bumps where the fabric is being stretched and the wrinkles are still forming. And you can really see the shape of the calf in this one as well, because of how tight the kimono is being stretched across the leg. And this part, doing the foot right here, is making me have the same feeling I always do when I draw a foot from reference instead of just drawing a foot from memory, because I don't have enough experience with feet yet, drawing them, to remember all of these lovely complicated bumps and things they have. Like it goes, and then the ankle comes out, and then the foot comes out, but then the toes come out too, and it's like boom, boom, boom. And if I try to draw a foot from memory, I don't quite remember all of these. Okay, I'm getting a little too bogged down in the details, so I'm trying to loosen it back up. Loosen it back up. So again, not trying to get too perfect. Just get the overall feeling of this scene. nice angles of the sleeve. The hand is very interesting. I can't really replicate it myself, but the hand that's drawing the sword out, I never really thought about how the thumb is kind of upside down, and yeah, the one finger is on this hand guard. What was that again? It was Tsuba, I think. We figured that out last week. Tsuba? Was that a hand guard? Anyway, finger is resting on it. I see now that I am drawing it. Another thing I like that I don't draw as much because I just don't have as much experience is the angle of how the thumb kind of comes out. Like, it's not just like a straight line. It's like, I really like that. I really like hands and feet. They're such interesting contraptions. Oh, cool. New vocab. Oh, tsuka. Okay. Tsuba is the circle part. Okay, so hand guard. I'd call that hand guard. Tsuba. But the handle... Okay, so like the part that you hold like this. That's tsuka. 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 I bet that won't come up in the JLPT. But I'm always learning that kind of... I have an inherent interest in that, so it's always easier to remember that kind of vocab. You want to ask me about stuff in the newspaper like economics or politics, and I'll really struggle, but you want to talk about, I don't know, Edo period, I don't know. Anything that shows up in a game. I'm learning these weird vocabs. Or, like, how to say dragon or fairy or stuff like that. If it's in a video game or anime. Though I did learn some good practical vocab from My Hero Academia, because for a long time they had that opening where he says like the world population is blah 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 or something, and it was like society, the word for society finally stuck in my head, which is shakai, which is the opposite kanji combination from kaisha, which means company, as in like a business. So that's interesting. Shakai. And I had heard the word before, but it stuck in my head thanks to My Hero Academia. So I learned practical words from anime and stuff too. Okay, I think that this one is good. Let's work on this one more and then we can ink it. About 25 minutes left for this stream. I'm pretty proud of myself today. I got everything prepared and got started exactly on time. I was waiting with my hand on the mouse like it was 13:59 or 13? No, it was 15 because it was 3. It was 15:29. Yes, that's what time it was. And I'm waiting for the clock to change. Like, boom! Hit it right exactly when I saw the time change. That is not usually my MO. Usually I'm like, oh, I can do this thing real quick. And then like 15 minutes later, crap, I'm still not ready for my stream. That's what usually happens. Not today, though. Today I'm on top of it. Yeah, feels good. Just gotta remember this. How good it feels to be on top of it. So that I don't fall back into the trap of, oh, I'll do this thing real quick. It's always the thing real quick. It gets me every time. This person is a lot easier to draw, it feels like. Maybe it's because it's from the side, so there's less stuff to draw. The way the toes are touching the ground is very interesting. The last two don't even seem to be touching the ground because of the way the foot is lifting. And this foot is barely even visible. Boop. Okay, and then yeah, I didn't give this guy some eyebrows. Some eyebrows. This guy's got an eyebrow. Okay, good. This guy some hair, and then we'll be ready to ink these quick sketchy drawings. Yeah, there's a lot less to draw because there's like no hands at all for this other I wanted to say character, but it's not really a character. Person. This other person. Okay. I keep saying okay, and then I look again, and I'm like, wait. Okay, for real, I'm done. Okay. Inking time. So I'll use this thinner one to do the main lines. I see I made his body a little too wide. But I'm getting better and better every time. Draw it, and the next time it'll be better. By the time I get through this book, I will be like an expert at drawing sword poses. I don't know if you can hear snoring, but Chappie is snoring right now. I see, and this hand is too low because there's nowhere for the sword to go in this waistband. Oh, remember that for next time. I'll just sort of draw it like this, just so it is there. Boop. Yes. This finger and this cool upside down thumb. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm so confused about how to let people know about it. Okay, so for anybody watching this recording later, because this is valuable information, Exy says, on Discord shows if there are any servers that are connected to your Twitch subscription. I saw yours there a couple of days ago and joined. Thought it would be better to ask first, and I left. Please let me know when it's available to join. And you put another super cute little emote. I remembered. I know it's weird to comment on those, but they're so delightful. Okay, so yeah, please join whenever you like. I did what I could to just do the basic setup and, you know, like get permissions, get all of the levels set up for everybody so that when they join, it should automatically apply the appropriate level. I'm not an expert. I just do everything on a basic level. It's just like with Twitch. So, yeah, you're welcome to join at any time. I just thought that would be better. So like with Monday, how I suddenly could not stream because the cleaning was gonna take too long. And even if I post it on Twitter, though, or Facebook or whatever, it doesn't mean people would see it because of algorithms and whatever. So I was like, since I have this extra time, I'll finally do what I've been thinking of for a long time, which is set up that server. And then that way, oh, roles, yes, that's it, roles. So, I got the roles set up. I mean, it's nothing special as far as that's concerned, other than each level of support gets its special color and stuff like that, but nothing too special yet. There's another thing that I was thinking. Eventually, it would be cool to be able to spend some time making emotes and stuff. So, for the Discord as well. But it's mostly, I made it as a place so that when I have some announcement or something, that would be the fastest way that I could get a hold of my most special people. Which includes you, because you're my supporter here. So I would be very happy if you joined. I think I saw that you joined because it did the automatic message, and then I posted a reply, but I don't know if you got to see the reply. But yeah, because I was like, how do I let people know it exists? So, because I was like looking up all of these tutorials, how to set it up and all this stuff, what is this good stuff that you should do, and none of the tutorials talk about, okay, now it's set up, how do you let your people know it's available? So, thank you for asking about that. I completely forgot about it because I was just thinking about this drawing, so hopefully anybody seeing this recording later or watching the live stream right now, any of my lovely lurkers, if you're a subscriber on either Twitch or the Studio Mikarts Patreon, then you will have access to the Discord. And then it's also a way to talk to me directly or talk to other people who are supporting my work. So hopefully it will be pretty fun. I just barely started on Monday, so there's like nothing in there. I think I might have posted a couple things. Like I posted an explanation of the reschedule. But like I was gonna post work in progress images, or like when I finish this today, I'll take the picture like I used to post on Twitter and Facebook, and then I'll just post it on the Discord. Because if I'm posting on Discord, I don't have to like worry about hashtags and all that stuff. And it's all this time. It takes forever. So it won't take a long time if I just post it on Discord. So yeah, that's my long-winded explanation about Discord that I just made and why I made it and all that. I also I kept the voice chat channel. I don't usually use that kind of thing very much though, but it is available, so I was thinking that maybe sometime in the future, if I'm just like working on something, then I'll pop in there. Anybody wants to chat with me while I'm working on an illustration or something, then that would be a possibility, but I don't usually think about it. It's not that I'm against it or anything. I've used it before with some fellow artists, and we're just like chatting while working, so... Ah, I see. Exy says, for Twitch users, it's on Discord settings, connections, Twitch. It shows all the servers you can join. So, on Discord, so as long as you're on Discord already, you would be able to see it, I think. That's what you're saying, right? That would explain why one of my Patreon supporters, who's also my friend from school, he joined like immediately. I was like, what? How did he join so fast? So that'll explain that. Okay, so I'm on my third item now. I'm using the brush pen to fill in some areas with completely black. this is pretty fun this time. Man, I usually have fun, but this is particularly fun. Doing the really sketchy drawing. Okay, and then I'm going to fill in some areas of shadow. There's actually not too much really dark. I mean, overall the clothing is really dark, but blocks of shadow where it's like, wow, this is almost black. So I will want to fill it in with the pen. I love doing hatching, it's so fun. Just do a bunch of little lines. It is pretty dark under here. That's what it's been so far. Is this person's blue kimono is really dark when it's in shadow. Ah, I see this arm is sticking too far out. This was going on there too. Learning. By the end of this book, I'm going to be a swordsman expert drawer. Maybe. I mean, I still think it's better than the last one because the last one I did upside down, so that's really crazy. It makes your mind work in totally different ways. So I figured that I would make each of these figures a different color. This person seems a lot lighter overall. I mean, the hakama are like the same color as this one, but I will use the green on this side. So let's see. Do I want to? I don't know. Let's see. 13 minutes left, so I better not take too long. So I'm just gonna do some hatching without thinking too much about it. But I will think a little bit. If I see a really bright spot on the kimono, then I'll try to preserve it. That's okay. You just sound like me when I'm stumbling over my words the entire hour that I stream every day. So it's like, oh, I don't even stream every day. Anyway, see? Besides, I take that as a super compliment that you had to like fit it all in. It's looking amazing, as awesome as always. It's looking as awesome / amazing as always. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that encouragement, especially when it's like, I see the things that I want to do different next time. This is very kind of you. Yes, I must improve and truly earn your words. Yes. Now that's the only way. I've seen well, I have not actually watched the videos, but I've seen ads for videos on YouTube and stuff, and it's like, I drew a bird every day for 100 days, and here's how much I improved, and it's like this incredible improvement, and so. Plus, I just know from my own experience because I've been drawing anime-style drawings since I was in junior high school. That's when I found anime, and that was so I was about maybe 12 or 13 years old, and now I'm 37. I turned 37 at the beginning of this month. So that is how long I've been working on my art. Of course, I have not focused only on anime style drawing. That's just when I started, and then that was sort of the seed that became the idea of, hey, why don't I try to do illustration as a living? And it just kept growing from there and trying different kinds of art and stuff, so I have confidence. I really am going to get better by drawing these people. These swordsmen. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'll leave that at that. And if I have time, I will add more, but leave that there. Oops, I just tried to pull this end. I wasn't looking. This end. Something nice about these is, it's not 100%, but if it's on a regular, so my table is not flat, it's angled, so these roll down, but on a regular table, it's nice because they stay put thanks to the... Chappie just did a huge snort. Thanks to this edges, it's not completely round. It's got that like hexagon shape. 1, 2, yep, it's a hexagon. But it's too round for my angled drafting table. This also reminds me a lot of some of the exercises I did in my human presence drawing class, which is basically like there's a human model and then you draw them class. One time we did an assignment where you drew the model as you saw them, but you had to make it super angular on purpose, so it was very blocky. So it was sort of a practice of stylizing something as you were looking at it. So not like doing it later or whatever, but that was the funnest one, I think, because it was so similar to what I already do. Like with my chibis, I look at a real photo of a real animal and then I draw the chibi. And so I was already sort of doing stuff like that, so I did really well on that assignment, if I do say so myself. It was really easy. Not just easy, but fun. So I feel like I'm kind of doing the same thing here. Making it, because it's already kind of angular, like you can see, like just naturally angular, so it's so easy to just build on that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so, well, I said I'd make them purple and green, but now I just had this great idea, like, what if I put some purple and green together? So I think I'm gonna do that. Just because I've got 7 minutes left, so may as well do something. I'll just do it on the side facing this green, and then the same thing, so that it's almost like they're reflecting on one another. I even put some on his face. Like, not because it's actually there, but just to be like the idea of combining the colors where they're about to clash. The colors are already combining. It's really fun to do stuff like this. Just randomly. Lucky dips are so fun. Just random think of stuff that you just wouldn't do otherwise, because otherwise it's the pretty set formula of how things are done. At least for me. I think it is that way for a lot of other people too, but I won't speak for anyone else but myself. But and then on his face too, a little bit. Not too much though, because the purple is very, very dark on this paper. It's especially right here next to the black. It almost just looks like more black. I still got 5 minutes, so now I think I will take the pencil and just add a little shading on. Maybe I'll just keep the pencil as only for shading on the skin. A little bit of detail to the ear. I gotta hold it different. So I'm trying to get smoother shading. Right there, I'll put the lines for the, I don't know what this is, bones, I guess, that on the feet that show up. Anyway. On this foot, it's almost completely in shadow, so I'll shade that all the way in. Okay, I'll call that good. I don't remember. I think I've been signing these. I say that every time because I really don't remember. But I think I have. I'll just do it anyway. Like, who cares? Whether I sign it or not. It's just a sketch anyway. Just practice drawing. Okay. I'll do a little close-up look and review of what we achieved today. I think it looks pretty cool now that I'm seeing the camera. Well, the yellow paper is really throwing off the camera, but oh, Aoife is stretching and she hit my metal trash can, but so here's the detail using the Dixon Ticonderoga art pencil, the Stabilo 2 art markers, Copic brush pen, and the Coco Ito brush pen. So those items were all used. And I think that they all have their equal chance to shine. Though of course you wouldn't know that there were two different black ink pens, but yay! Another Lucky Dip complete. Lucky Dip number 37. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for the stream. You're welcome. Oh, I love it. Yay. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully I can keep making even better ones and do some interesting things for you to see with future interesting combos. So I guess we'll just do this pose next time. Slightly different, almost the same feet, but the swords are different. Anyway, so just 1 minute until end time. So I guess I'll call it good here. I am going to be streaming tomorrow to make up for missing Monday's stream. It'll be the same time of day as usual. So I completely understand if you are busy. But if you can make it, I would love to chat with you again tomorrow. Until then, thank you for watching.